I guess he's just obsessed with me.
No. Next, Joy's gonna say she's never heard of carbs. Seriously, her denial of knowing me is as believable as her red hair. But obsession? I mean, come on, Joy. Where would you even get that idea? Like Joy Behar's face, it's looking worse and worse by the day. More full of crap than Joy Behar after a night of scotch at Taco Bell. Her being named Joy is like me being named Ugly. Joy wasn't there on the show. Apparently Mondays are her days off when she feeds in the pasture. It now smells like a humid day inside Joy Behar's moo-moo. And the motives stink worse than Joy Behar's jog bra. I mean, assuming she jogs. Oh, wait, there she is.
Greg Gutfeld came armed, with wit like a scalpel and punchlines that hit like brass knuckles. In a clash with Joy Behar, he didn't just argue, he performed a surgical takedown. No shouting, no sputtering, just brutal precision. Behar tossed out her usual cocktail of snide elitism, and Gutfeld served it back with a twist of reality. The result? A viral spectacle where one side got laughs and the other got leveled.
In tonight's View on the View, here's Joy Behar calling young Republicans dumb.
This business about the aging that keeps coming up and talking about the young generation. The young generation of Republicans are dumb. You've got that Vivek Ramaswamy. You've got Marjorie Taylor Greene. You've got, wait a second, Lauren Bubblehead, Matt Gaetz. But you have all these people who went along with the insurrection, who believe that Trump won. Oh, Marjorie's out there. Oh, Trump won by a landslide. They're liars, and they are the new generation of the Republican Party.
Joy sure loves running her mouth. She should. But she should. It's the only running she does.
For Gutfeld, this was sport. Joy Behar served up a slow, hanging curveball, another recycled jab at conservatives, and Greg stepped up with a bat full of facts and satire. The target? Behar's smug certainty. The method? Calm, hilarious destruction. Her insult wasn't new, but Gutfeld's rebuttal was a masterclass in restraint meets roast.
She's probably been put in there because, according to Donald Trump, she's a 10. You know that's what it is.
I want Jesse was a 7.
Joy Behar calls her a 10. I mean, how dare she objectify a woman with a sexist rating system, but it's such a typical thing from a 1.5.
Behar's tirade wasn't new. It was branded snobbery dressed as insight. But Gutfeld wasn't in the mood to play along. He didn't rage. He rearranged. Like someone fixing a crooked painting in a crooked room, he dismantled her logic, quietly, efficiently, with a half smile. Predictable outrage deserves creative takedowns, and Gutfeld delivered one like a Picasso with a vendetta.
Did you watch the whole thing, or just the parts that I said?
I watched it. Obviously, just the parts that you said. Did I watch a whole episode of The View?
No woman can do that unless you're stupid. But
I have a job.
Here's the thing. How can they call themselves progressives when they keep saying that nothing has progressed? Then it's on them.
Right. I just wish I could have, would have watched if I could, would have been Joy Behar watching that.
Yes.
And being like, I totally made the right call. It was not an accident that they had him there on her day off.
While Joy preaches from a studio throne, Americans show up to work, run towns, balance books, and raise families without applause. Gutfeld laid out the contrast. One side tweets, the other builds. He challenged Behar's caricature of conservatives, not with rage, but with real-world examples. His punchline: if your opinions collapse the second you leave Manhattan, maybe the problem isn't them.
Of course, there's as much a chance that Trump will be impeached as there is a Joy Behar ever seeing her feet. The Washington Post ran a fluff bomb celebrating centrist Democrat women, going gaga over their resumes, mom energy, and group chat chemistry. But in this journalistic stroke job, not a single policy position was mentioned, which is weird. That's like doing a profile on me and not mentioning my many bodybuilding awards. Thank you.
It turned into a parody travel show, Behar in the Heartland. Gutfeld imagined Joy trying to survive small-town America without almond cheese, artisanal Wi-Fi, or scripted applause. The humor was savage, but the point was serious. How can you mock people you've never met, places you've never visited, and problems you've never had to solve?
Well, she had that one Halloween where she went to Diana Ross and she felt she was treated differently.
You know, I also just, he also came off as just extremely likable.
Yeah.
I know that they booed him when they heard certain things, but it was hard to watch that and get mad at him or think he's a jerk. So I think maybe being in an environment like that could make somebody very irritated beyond the ability to do that, but he really pulled it off.
What did you make of it?
He wasn't mocking her politics, he was exposing the scaffolding holding it up. Assumptions, buzzwords, and the fear of real conversation. Gutfeld didn't shout. He smirked. He questioned. He flipped Behar's dismissive tone on its head and made one thing clear. Disagreement isn't ignorance, and studio makeup doesn't make you right.
Joy Behar, the comedian that inspired me to be a cab driver. She proved yet again how dumb she really is on The View when she pointed out that people in East Palestine voted for Trump. Roll this.
I don't know why they would ever vote for him, for somebody who, by the way, he placed someone with deep ties to the chemical industry in charge of the EPA's Chemical Safety Office. That's who you voted for in that district. Donald Trump, who reduces all safety.
Ooh, you can hear the audience gasp. God, The View's so bad I'd rather watch Jerry Nadler do naked jumping jacks.
Gutfeld asked the question Joy couldn't answer. What happens when you're face to face with the people you mock? A farmer, a mechanic, a mother juggling homeschooling and a second job. Would she still call them ignorant? Or finally see that lived experience beats media arrogance every time?
No, she wouldn't have. Yeah, she's just there. She's just basically inherited that spot. Maybe they can't move her.
Yeah, that could be.
That could be it.
Fossilized.
Yes, it's like she's grown into it. Like those people that they find on sofas and they're like stuck. They have to take and they find the remote control and a fold.
She's a tree person.
She's a tree person, Kat. She's a tree. Shouldn't it, when somebody says something like these people are dumb, shouldn't there be an app that then like connects these people together and they have to prove that they're smarter?
The destruction wasn't loud. It was clinical. Gutfeld picked her rant apart with the elegance of someone who knows the punchline is stronger than the punch. Just when you thought it was over, he imagined a world where Joy takes his advice, stripped of teleprompters and oat milk, forced to interact with real people in places where kombucha is just a rumor.
To cancel them. And this has gotta stink, you know, because Joy Behar, she's lashing out at Gen Z for acting like the economy left them behind.
They feel left behind by the economy, and they also see everybody trying to not age. So
Oh, please, get a job.
No, but they have jobs. No, they have to work multiple jobs.
There's a million jobs or job openings in this country.
Life is so
Get a
important.
job.
They've also lived through a pandemic. They've lived through the worst of times. I'm raising 2 Gen Zers, so I want to just defend them a little bit.
Kind of makes you like Joy Behar for a second.
That'll never happen. I think Bigfoot expresses exactly the problem of so many entitled, aging elites. I got mine, what's your problem? The problem is not everybody can be as talented and as beautiful as Joy Behar. Not everyone can have the glorious opportunity to shine on an intelligent vehicle like The View. But here's the deal.
Yeah.
When I hear Joy Behar, I hear the dying gasp of a malicious, self-centered generation. I'll be dead soon.
The picture, hilarious and damning. Joy Behar, adrift in a diner in rural Kansas, trying to order tofu and getting handed scrambled eggs with a side of reality. Gutfeld didn't just tell a joke, he told a truth wrapped in satire. The loudest critics of Middle America wouldn't last a week living there.
The View.
Save it, dude.
She's on The View.
Totally.
Together they can't get 10 brain cells together.
Thank you.
Oh,
That's
God, she's an idiot clown in a fright wig. I think, Rob. Rob?
Yes?
Yes. Look, I don't have a problem with anybody calling anybody dumb.
Really?
No.
Oh, okay.
By the way, I say worse things.
Greg made the point without yelling, because he didn't need to. Joy's worldview collapsed under its own weight. While she mocked people with grit and grounded values, Gutfeld showed that those so-called backward communities often outperform the elite enclaves in every category that matters. Family, safety, responsibility.
Kennedy, you talked about Joy and the nonsense that she'd said before. I think on this show.
Certainly, Greg.
If not,
I'm not going to shy away from this.
No, you're not.
We literally talk about anything else.
No,
No.
The View, by the way, we have to say thank you to The View for providing us with it. It was a slow weekend for news, right? I had to do war. So, The View just gave us like so much. Did you see it was on Fox all the time? It's like the Fox News went to the View buffet and just started scooping out, going back for more.
And in the end, Gutfeld didn't silence Joy, he welcomed her noise. Every one of her jabs gave him another chance to expose how hollow her arguments truly were. No name calling, no meltdown, just a lesson in how to dismantle arrogance with clarity, comedy, and the kind of logic you don't need a studio audience to understand.